It's an all-new episode of Nerds to Men, and we got to thank our sponsors real quick. First of all, you got to go hang out with my buddy Adam at Paint and Cheers. Adam owns the place. It's down in the Plaza District. And, Plaza District, if you haven't been down there, Oklahoma City's newest and brightest arts district. Paint and Cheers is one of those places where you can go. You can paint a painting. They have like a template that you'll use. So you don't even have to be good at painting. You don't have to know anything about it. They're going to show you how to do it, bring out your creative side. They got all the materials, and they do it in their studio. So you'll feel like you're a real artist.
Yeah.
You'll be leaving with a painting that you'll actually be proud of. That's what happened with me. I was like, no way. I'm just going to go and I'm going to drink because that's part of it. It's paint and cheers.
Yeah.
But I actually painted a painting that I was pretty proud of, and one of you are probably going to get it as a gift for Christmas.
All right.
Not you, Cameo. But it's perfect for date night, ladies' night, large parties. Everyone is welcome at Paint and Cheers. They were voted OKC's best place for a grown-ups party by the Oklahoma Gazette.
Nice.
Yeah, so take all your friends. Reserve your seats now at paintandcheers.com. You don't even have to, color in the lines. Like I said, Adam's going to help you find your creative, artistic side while you paint, drink, and have as much fun as humanly possible.
Nice.
At Paint
awesome.
and Cheers. So I think we're even talking about doing a nerd night one night because, like, Thursday nights, they have Thirsty Thursdays.
Uh-huh.
So we might end up doing that. I know one night they did like a Rick and Morty night.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
It packed the place. So I'd be excited to go do that.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. So paintandcheers.com is where you go to reserve your seats. And let's roll the intro because we got an awesome episode of Nerds and Men coming up.
So what you didn't see was Brad doing the intro by himself. But anyways,
what are you talking about?
Welcome to
the music that I just
welcome to a new show of Nerds to Men. I'm one of your hosts,
Cameo.
This is Brad Reed. To my right,
Reed, yes.
And this is our boy Buck.
Cameo brought us in and just threw me all off.
Yes, I had to.
Just to create a little space so that we could add some stuff in later, I wanted to kind of a cappella do our music.
Yeah.
So I was just letting you guys know where we were in the show time-wise.
And he is, what's the dude that did the music with his mouth all the time?
I don't know. Remember Rockapella though from
Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I remember.
He was in
Are you talking about Michael Winslow? Michael Winslow.
Yeah.
Who's that?
From Police Academy.
Oh, the one who makes the noises.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
And it was horrible. So I love you, Brad.
Well, we didn't get a chance to talk about some things in the last couple of weeks because one, you were on vacation. Mm-hmm. Actually, he was serving his one show suspension after you lost a buck in Nerd Trivia, which we'll do Nerd Trivia maybe even next week because we need a new. I know you're kind of anxious to show Buck.
To lose again, he says.
Yeah.
All this cheating that went on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cheaters. All of you.
Fair and
Cheaters.
square.
And then we did the show. We did the show at New World Comic Con, and we talked a little bit about some Marvel and X-Men stuff. But I didn't want to get into the hard news out there because it was just such a great positive time. So, but there was something that everybody's probably heard of, and I want to talk about it because there's a lot of issues with this that you could talk about. It's an interesting topic, but of course we're talking about James Gunn getting let go of the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 movie as the director. First of all, like, Buck, you've been following this pretty close, but what brought all that on?
So James Gunn got on Twitter, got on social media, and started, talking, speaking his mind politically.
Right.
And those that had opposing views,
right,
went after him.
And safe to say, I mean, it was conservatives, right?
Yeah,
That-
it wasn't just conservative. It was like the far right, the white nationalists.
Oh, okay. And like, listen, I'm not casting any aspersions on white nationalists. I'll go. I'll go after them. But
Nazis.
when I bring
Yeah.
up conservatives, I'm not. I'm sure we have conservative friends and followers.
yeah.
So. Good on you.
So-
but you're talking about white nationalists.
Yeah, no,
and we could pick on them all day.
Yeah,
You suck. You suck. All right.
Yeah, leave the left and the right alone. But these are the extremists.
They're in the groups that we can. Yeah.
Never trust an extreme on any side.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Right.
But the white nationalists convinced Disney that he was a pedophile, and he was saying all these really awful things.
Yeah.
And that he meant everything that he was saying.
And that's the
all
thing. You could say that it was awful things, but you also maybe have to look at context.
Well, you have to look
And
at
the fact that
context
it was
and-
a joke.
Well, it's not only that, but you have to look at the times in which they were said. Like,
Yes.
go back and watch just about any Ben Stiller movie, and they're horribly inappropriate and offensive now.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about. There was a letter that they put out. I guess it was. Was it the whole cast?
Basically, Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, I guess, Michael Rooker, Sean Gunn, Bradley Cooper, Vin Diesel, and Mantis. I don't know his last name. Palm Clementif.
Yeah, Clementif.
Okay.
Clementif. Okay.
Well, one of the things that stands out to me the most, it's a decent letter, and you can look it up and read it for yourselves. But
We got it on our social media, so
yeah,
go check it out.
It says each of us looks forward to working with our friend James again in the future. His story isn't over, not by a long shot. So these actors and actresses, even if it wasn't with Disney, they would still go work with James Gunn.
Yeah.
So I mean, he can't be like a horrible person in my mind that they're sticking up for him, because you see the people that really did do some things like Weinstein. Nobody's sticking up for those people.
No.
Well,
So-
and I heard rumors going around that Disney is supposed to meet with him again at some point.
Yeah.
And there's, I guess, in talks about bringing him back, which, I mean, that's their business. They do whatever they want. I'm still going to go watch the movie,
Right.
whether he's in it or not in it, but
Involved.
yeah.
And Dave Bautista, he's been very vocal, and I think because he knows, like, if this could happen to James Gunn, it could happen to a lot of people.
Well, I mean, it could probably happen to him because think of the world of wrestling and
Yeah.
everything that has
Yeah.
happened there.
Yeah.
Because it's not known for subtlety.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
You
right.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the amount of racist and homophobic jokes that went on 5 years ago.
Sure.
10 years,
Sure.
like it's,
Yeah. Sometimes you still see something that makes you cringe, like, oh no.
Yeah.
But he was very vocal, and I thought it was cool though, because this is Disney you're going up against.
Yeah.
They're making you millions of dollars. So my question is, do you think they have the juice to bring him back?
Yes.
And if not, would this derail Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
I think that if he wasn't involved, this is kind of a free pass for Disney or for Marvel to finally have the movie that doesn't win.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's inevitable that not every movie is going to hit.
Right.
So far, like, you could argue whether or not like Hulk hit or like Captain America, but ever since Avengers, every movie has been this blockbuster that
Sure.
it's the unstoppable juggernaut. For
Yeah.
lack of a better term. So there's that side of the coin, but the other side of the coin is that you would definitely want him back and involved just because this is so much of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like his style is all over these movies.
Yeah, like he took the property that was best suited for him and put his own touch on each character.
Now, who did I hear? I thought there was a name bandied about of if they didn't bring him back.
Thor's Ragnarok.
Oh man,
Taiki.
Takiti.
I can't remember. I was just looking it up.
Yeah.
And that idea didn't sound horrible, though.
Right.
Because I love Thor Ragnarok
Right.
so much. But it feels weird that James Gunn, I feel like he had so much to do with this just as much as the actors
Yeah.
and actresses.
Taika Waititi. I hope Taika Waititi.
Dave Bautista, basically, he said if they don't at least use a script, he's out.
Yeah.
So would he walk? Would he, though?
I mean...
I could see him walking, but to be fair, he's kind of the easiest to replace guys. Just because how hard is it to find a big, muscly dude that can,
John Cena.
I love him, though. I loved Batista as Drax. And maybe they just write it to where he really did stand there long enough till he became invisible. Maybe that's the way that they handle that. All right. Some randomness real quick before we get on to a few other topics. The store is empty right now because it's closed.
Yeah.
So
that end scene of Ant-Man.
Wait. I got to ask Buck this real quick.
Go ahead.
When the door's shut and nobody's here but you, do you run around butt naked in here?
Buck naked.
Buck naked. There we go.
For the sake of everyone's imagination, no.
But
the real answer, no one will ever know unless you check the security tapes.
Which we have rolling right now. No, but we never got to talk about the extra scene from Ant-Man.
Yeah, which
and I know this is way late now, but
okay, yeah. So and you were sitting next to me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and in movies, like I barely ever make a noise. Like even when I laugh, like I try to muffle my laughter because like it's I don't want to ruin anyone else's movie going time. Like it's
screw them.
Yeah. Well. So when everyone started to dust away, like I full on Shia LaBeoufed. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Oh man, no. Yeah.
It was great. Well, the whole theater went.
Yeah.
And what's great is the week before I asked you, do you think we'll see any of Thanos' effects on the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie? And then when that happened, I was like, yeah.
Well, it was just that is the most clever way to because the way that it was set up was you got this false sense of security, and you really forgot that was even a thing to worry about.
Yeah.
Just because of the pacing. And, the highest of highs and lowest of lows.
Yeah.
And it gave you some really weird powers that Michelle Pfeiffer shouldn't have. That's weird. But,
Yeah. And what was she eating?
Exactly.
What did she live on?
That's what I mean. Like it's
dust.
So I guess she just got powers and didn't need the fingers of her gloves to survive. I don't know. There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one was it was all that happened. Then I was like, oh my god, I just made noise in a movie theater.
So okay, me and one of my friends was talking about the end of Ant-Man. Do you think? So you saw at the very end where the ant was playing the drums, and he stopped,
and the TV screen on the way was the test pattern, and it said I couldn't catch all that it was saying, but it was like, hey, big disaster happened.
Mm-hmm. So do you think? Because we were talking about who's going to get him out of the quantum zone. I came up with two things. One. The ant stopped playing because, what's his face? Paul Rudd was like, hey, I need help.
Yeah.
I have that theory. The other theory is remember when, what's his face? Doctor Strange went back in time.
Yeah.
Or
saw the visions and all that.
Yeah. Do you think somehow he got a hold of Nick Fury because it seemed like Nick Fury knew what was going on?
Well, I think that Nick Fury saw that the worst thing ever was happening. It was like Captain Marvel time. Boop. Yeah.
And so, and I'm thinking, maybe whatchamacallit, Captain Marvel ends up coming and getting Scott Lang out.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of things that could happen because, Ghost, she might be, connected to all that, so she might, be able to pull him out. It could be something as far as Thor with the Bifrost capabilities now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's like, oh wait, hold on, something's not where it should be. Here you go.
Yeah,
or maybe he just figures out how to grow.
Because he did do that. So
yeah,
okay, yeah.
Speaking of the Captain Marvel part, do you guys know who Leslie Jones is?
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
She was live tweeting as she was watching that movie the other day. And she texted, "Who was on the phone?" And Brie Larson tweeted back, "New phone, who dis?"
That's awesome.
That was so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, have you guys seen the new Venom trailer? Because there's 2, right? Because we saw one where,
Technically,
on
there's
YouTube
3.
there was 3, but I think that was just the...
There was like the teaser, then there's the first one where it was all symbiote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the second one where they showed at San Diego, or the third one that they showed at San Diego Comic-Con.
So what we're going to do, we're going to watch it and comment on it, because that's how you got to do with the trailers, or else they ding you.
Yeah.
But we'll probably have it up in the corner here so you can actually watch it along with us. But go ahead and hit play on that, Cameo. Venom new trailer. So, guess we're just seeing. What's his name in this movie?
Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock.
Yeah. Oh, the symbiote color changed in that.
It sure did.
Yeah, those screams. I didn't notice that before.
Yeah, because it looked like a little bit more orangey in the last one. Or
I love Tom Hardy though. The reason I'm excited about this movie the most is Tom Hardy.
I heard he did the Venom voice too,
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool.
But yeah, I love that they fixed symbiote in this.
Yeah. This movie comes out in October?
Which
Yeah.
one is he? Or supposed to be?
See, there's so many different symbiotes that, yeah. Like, I think there's Lasher.
So cool.
Yeah,
I'm
the
driving
action
now.
looks awesome.
Why did I geek out when he says "we" all the time?
Because you're a nerd.
But it's one of those aspects that most people don't really think about when they...
Yeah. Oh,
You
that
know?
looks so dope, though. So we didn't hear him talk before, right? And like
Not-
the other
no,
one?
not-
Not the last one.
That's so cool.
Would you make out with Venom?
No. Why would I?
I mean, I don't know.
You have no idea how much you're scaring me right now.
That was supposed to be Scream, right?
Yeah.
Guys, you do not want to do this, trust me.
The world has enough superheroes.
Will always come at a cost.
Oh, that looks cool.
See, like, right here, this looks like Transformers to me.
That does
Yeah.
look very Transformer-ish.
Well, see, and
But that's a little more than what we got to see before right there.
Right.
yeah, this is great. Ooh,
Did you guys see the picture where somebody put like little round eyeballs on on Venom's face?
Oh,
It was so good. So good. Oh, that's cool.
you know, a lot of people are not liking that.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
I have a parasite.
Yeah.
I got to
See,
take
like,
one.
yeah, like that. That's a good line. But yeah, like I'm with the like he shouldn't be showing off. Like, hey, check it out, I'm a dude on it. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
October 5th is when this comes out.
Well, see, a lot of people are talking about how they liked Topher Grace's Venom and how whenever his I'm gonna finish.
all right,
How they liked how his symbiote like mask was, where when it came off, like you actually saw his head, and they had like the little tendrils coming,
See,
from his face.
When I see that screams to me that the actor demanded more screen time. Whereas
Yeah.
Tom Hardy is the caliber of actor that like he signed up for this and knew that his face is going to be covered. Mm-hmm. Like he doesn't have to show off. Hey guys, just to remind you, Tom Hardy here.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like in Dark Knight, at no point was he hold on, let me take off this Bane mask so y'all can see that it's me, actor Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like he commits to this. So
I am Venom.
If he does that, that'd be great. That'd be so great.
so I appreciate that they're not doing what Topher Grace did.
Oh, I
You
mean,
know?
I totally enjoy I like the CGI more than the actual costume. Because, I felt like, Sam Raimi and who did the first movies?
Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi
Oh.
did all of them, yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was with somebody else.
No, he wanted to go forward on the fourth movie and just be done with it. He wanted to set up everything for Venom to be in the fourth movie. And the studio demanded that Venom be in the third movie, so I was like, all right, fine. And then with the fourth one, he was like, all right, so just Vulture. They're like, no, it's going to be Vulture and Electro and Lizard and this and this and this. I was like, you know what? No.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did kind of like, his vision of, Spider-Man and, as real as it could be, a man swinging around on spider webs. But I do like the CGI a lot better than, the costume and, the pads and, because obviously Topher Grace was not that big.
Nope.
But, there's a lot of people saying that they kind of liked, Topher Grace's Venom, how he was portrayed in that, and how they didn't, just little small things, like they didn't like how half of his face, was shown at the end when he bit off the villain's head or whatever.
Yeah. Well, then a lot of people are wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's entitled to your opinion. But
you're
if
wrong.
it's the wrong one, no, I mean, there's a lot of dumb stuff with the Topher Grace thing, like him having the sharp teeth. Mm-hmm. When the mask was off, that was awful. And why would he show off more of his face? Because that's more of a target to get hit, and
Right.
True.
Technically speaking, that's a bad move.
Yeah.
People have asked me, how can it take place in San Francisco? Because how can it not take place in New York and have nothing to do with Spider-Man,
Well,
basically?
I mean, it's just the changes that you have to make for a movie.
Yeah.
Just because you can't have everything be strictly comic book accurate all the time, because there's so many other stories that it would have to encompass. You only have like an hour and a half to tell a story.
But doesn't Spider-Man have to be involved in the creation of Venom?
I mean, apparently not.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's where he was seen.
Oh, I mean,
but
that to me seems to be like the biggest complaint that I've heard.
Yeah, well, and I mean, it's justified.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how many more Spider-Man movies we'd have to go through to finally get this Venom movie.
Sure, yeah.
Which, I'm in the camp of maybe we should have waited for this.
Right.
I don't think now is the time to have a Venom movie. But
Yeah, because, I mean, the Tom Holland Spider-Man is still, in its infancy.
Yeah.
But, but at the same time, I am usually thankful that we get such a movie.
Right.
And
So I'm going to check it out for sure.
they can always tie it in later. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, Eddie doesn't have to be seen by at the Daily Bugle with Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, crap. They have
Well,
Ned.
so far there is no Daily Bugle.
Right. Well, they
Spider-Man.
have.
He's in high school, bro.
Yeah, and they have Ned as his best friend rather than Harry Osborn. So I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
everything can change. Be different. I mean, Ant-Man took place somewhere in California.
Right.
So it's just like they can be anywhere really. It doesn't really
I think
matter.
that was just hey, this is the best way that he wouldn't necessarily be aware of what's going on with Thanos and the Avengers at the time that everything's going on in the Ant-Man movie.
There are weird things going on with the rights with all the Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah, because they're just on loan, right? The Spider-Man's just on loan to Marvel.
To Marvel, yeah. And everyone else in the Spider-Man universe is not necessarily part of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
So the head of Sony keeps saying, yes, it's part of the Marvel thing, but wait, no, it's not.
Right.
And then Kevin Feige's like, I don't think it is. I mean, if it is cool, we'll play with the toy that's handed to us, but...
Yeah, I wish that they would at least. I just wish that they would team up from now on, even though they're
Or, you know,
or just Disney go buy Sony. You got the
Right.
jack.
Right?
I mean, just take it all over.
I mean, crap, you have...
Buy Warner Brothers, all of it.
I mean, when, well, what was it? I think it was the Jungle Book movie, and there was a Marvel movie that came out, and it equaled out to like $3 billion that 1 year. Like, come on now. Like, if Sony turned that down, get out.
I mean, I will say that they may have just made a rather large purchase.
Well, yeah.
So we might have to wait a little while.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah. It's like when you buy that car and it's like everything else is the purse is cinched. You're not getting anything else out of that. All right. Make your weekend plans right now to go see my friends at Paint and Cheers. You can paint and be merry. That's the whole idea. Yeah, it's they're in the heart of the Plaza District. Let me tell you, 2 p.m. on Saturdays, they've got bottomless sangria. So,
Wait, what day was that?
Sangria.
No, I said what day?
I can't. Oh, thought you wanted me to roll my R's, and I can't.
Sangria.
Really do it. Sangria. 2 p.m. on Saturdays. But not only that, 2 p.m. Sundays, they've got bottomless mimosas.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, I mean, bottomless drinks, you're painting, you're having fun. And then Thursdays, every Thursday, it's Thirsty Thursday, and they got $2 Boda Box wine, which is super popular. So you got to make your plans. Get your seats right now at paintandcheers.com. You don't have to be artistic to feel like an artist, because Adam does a great job at Paint and Cheers. They got the, you go in there, it's an artist studio, so you get the feel for it, and he's going to help you just bring out all your creativity. And you do you get to make art that you'll be proud of, because like me, I'm just not, I don't like the details of stuff sometimes. And I'm sure Buck's sitting there all the times I offer to help him with his costumes, he's probably sitting there like, no.
I've seen your work.
But I'm more of a kind of a broader, I don't know what you would call it, but
You're a big picture kind of guy.
Yeah. Like I don't feel like everything has to be within the lines to be art or whatever. But that doesn't matter, because you can come out here and you're going to have a great time. It's perfect for date night, ladies night, large parties. Everyone is welcome. So reserve your seats right now at paintandcheers.com. And that brings us to the nerd update for the week. And this one, we've known a little bit that they were going to bring Batwoman into the Arrowverse. But I don't know if it broke today or I just
saw news today about it.
Yeah. But they named the actress Ruby Rose will take over the role of Batwoman.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because she's been in Orange is the New Black.
Yep.
Which she was likened to the female version of Justin Bieber.
I could see that.
Yeah, I mean
the haircut.
Yeah. The haircut that she had in there, they were talking about how she looks like Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
But the most recent movie she's in now with Jason Statham, The Meg, about the megalodon shark. But yeah, I kind of see it. I kind of see it because I posted a photo of both of them side by side, and they had their hair and their face and whatnot, and I say it's a good match.
It looks good, yeah. Well, and having read the character and seeing her act, it feels like it's a really good fit.
I think so too.
I mean, now we just need to hope that CW doesn't CW it.
Doesn't muck it up. Yeah. She was also in John Wick 2.
Yeah.
So that's a good movie to have on your resume. I love the John Wick movies. But she does look like she would be a kick-ass Batwoman. So they're going to introduce her in the Arrow TV series.
Yeah.
So I won't see her till she gets her own show. But actually, though, I mean, that could probably get people like me who may have gone away from it, or new people who are like, cool, Batwoman.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Which is probably why they're doing it. But go ahead, Cameo.
Yeah, I was going to say a couple of our followers, Cade, one of my buddies, said that's an awesome choice for the part, and Ackright said, "I don't see why this wouldn't work."
Yeah.
So I mean,
Positive responses.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't see why it wouldn't work either.
I mean, we're going to hear a lot of outcry when people realize that Batwoman is a lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which I didn't know until I watched Batman: Bad Blood.
yeah. But I mean, there are a lot of people that are like, yeah, finally something for my kids. Wait, oh my God, she's what? And then,
Yeah.
then everyone's going to get real upset. And it's
Right.
like, no, don't be upset about that.
Yeah, who
that's
cares?
not a thing to be upset
Well,
about.
you see a lot of it in these in the shows now. Captain Cold and the Flash, and
Black Lightning, Thunder is a lesbian.
Yeah.
so yeah, they're getting the representation that
Which
is deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be really cool when it becomes a non-issue.
Where it's not like this person is a lesbian, this person is just Batwoman.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
And it's real cool that she's the lead character in the show.
Mm-hmm.
So like this is those will be huge for some.
I
Yeah,
just hope it's
so-
better than Supergirl.
So when do you think we will see the actual Batwoman TV show?
Probably next fall. Like it'll probably be all set up this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like a mid-season replacement.
Yeah, that's what I was
yeah.
I was wondering because didn't Legends of the Fall come on mid-season when it debuted?
Legend Tomorrow, yeah.
Oh yeah, Legends of the Fall.
It's
That was a
much
great movie.
different, yeah. Yeah, I think Black Lightning was a mid-season replacement show
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
Okay. So then will we ever see Batman?
No.
So, fun story about that. The whole reason that we have Gotham is because Warner Brothers owned Batman, but Fox owned the shows.
Mm-hmm.
The old Adam West shows.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And they finally came to the deal of, okay, you all can have those shows, sell all the DVDs, whatever, but we get to make a Batman show.
Right.
And they own Batman. But all these other, extra characters that, didn't first appear in Batman comics are still DC characters. And
Right.
Batwoman first appeared in a series called 52. So technically, she isn't a Batman character.
Ah.
She's a DC character.
Gotcha.
So they get to get away with that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, Fox has, all TV rights to Batman, whereas Warner Brothers has movie and everything else.
So does that mean that Disney has all the?
In cartoons and TV, Disney can have X-Men and whatever they like.
Yeah. But do they own the Fox TV shows?
Yes, I think so.
So Gotham is a part of Marvel now. But the reason that Jeremiah can't have green hair and actually call himself the Joker is because of the movies. They can't let him do it in the TV show, which I thought was stupid.
DC has this really weird thing where they're afraid of oversaturation. That's why in the Justice League Unlimited season, Aquaman was getting his own TV show. It looked like
Right.
You can find the pilot on Apple on iTunes. Yeah. But they took him out of the show just because they didn't want to oversaturate Aquaman in anything. And anytime that someone else has something in the works, oh, hold on, that's too much.
Yeah. Speaking of Aquaman, I'm watching Smallville.
Yeah.
And because I've never watched it all the way through.
Well,
I always caught bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And they did Aquaman dirty. They did him dirty.
Yeah. Well,
And
okay, so at the time, no one liked Aquaman. So
I still don't think anybody really does. Except now, Jason Momoa is Aquaman.
My favorite Aquaman was is it Adrian Grenier or Entourage?
Oh.
Did you ever watch Entourage? Are you familiar that he was Aquaman in the?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a new not a new segment. Our next segment.
Well,
Called What the Buck?
No.
No. I know. What is it called?
Oh, Buck, yeah.
Oh, Buck. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where Buck says yeah to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can me and Cameo move into the store?
Yeah, but you're not going to have a good time.
Hey, did you know that you could work for comics here?
What?
Yeah. Buck will put you to work for comics.
I mean, the bathroom always needs cleaning.
Whoa. Okay.
Because the reason I'm bringing this up is I snatched me this Spider-Man Birth of Venom, and then everybody left, so I can't even check it out. So I'll just have to clean a bathroom.
Yeah.
No, but Buck, you've got some suggestions, comic book suggestions, maybe something that's new this week.
Yeah. So
Exciting.
I know.
yeah, we'll start off with the.
I was going to say that last.
I don't know. Okay, fine. We'll save that for last.
Okay.
We'll save that for last, and we're going to go off with Okie Comics.
Yay!
So these are found where any fine books are sold, or
New World Comics.
yeah,
The finest of books.
yeah, libraries and yeah, just it's all around Oklahoma, and it's all local comic creators. Our very favorite person in the world, Jerry Bennett, did stuff in issues 1 and 2. I don't think he made it into this one. Actually, speaking of Jerry, I overheard that one of you is a really big fan
Of Jerry?
of Jerry,
Ugh.
and that a certain piece of art had been requested as a print, and it was going to be legally really hard deal to do. So I pulled some strings, and
Oh, snap.
So Cameo.
No, wait, no!
I got you.
He did not request that. I did.
So no, but it.
That's my name.
Dang
But
it! Dang it! I'm gonna Jerry.
Yeah,
you
so
knew.
legally through Topps only allowed him to print one.
Oh, really? Wow!
Yeah.
Wow! That's awesome. But nothing to stop me from making a copy of this.
Well, I mean, it's got his name
Scratched
on it.
out. That's so awesome.
Yeah, Jerry, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
So-
Look at this. Look at this. This is amazing.
Doesn't matter that I've known you since I was a teenager.
This is
Jerry.
amazing.
Doesn't matter.
Oh my God, this is so cool.
That is awesome.
All right, so
Brad, do you really want this?
Well, not that it has your name on it.
all right. Well, hold on. Let me see what I can do.
What's going on here?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? This is dope, dude.
That
This
is so awesome.
dope.
Man, Jerry's awesome.
Yeah. Dope,
Not
man.
not to mention that I was your roommate at one point, Jerry Bennett.
I mean, this is dope, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's so
I'm just
dope.
saying, if someone's gonna whine about things, maybe they should have one of these.
Yay for my longtime friend. You didn't get longtime friend.
No, I didn't because he's known you longer. So
I was just joking about the legalities.
That is so amazing, Jerry. Thank you,
Thank you.
Buck. Thank you, Buck.
Jerry, I hope
I
you
was
like
really
that.
sitting here like, man, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, no. This morning, how this played out. This morning, Cameo came by or Jerry came by first, and he was like, "So Cameo's going to play some sort of prank?"
yeah,
See,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
mean of you, Cameo.
So he was. Just
Well, it's also rude of you for cheating on the quiz trivia stuff.
I did not cheat.
So
Buck cheated.
I did nothing of the sort. Yeah. No, so they clued me into that. I was like, oh, I can turn this to 11. Watch this.
You about saw me get a little tear. Like I wasn't going to do it on the show, but afterwards I was going to pout.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
We got him, Jerry. We got him.
You did. I love it. Thank you so much. Back to Okie Comics.
Yeah.
I do
Which-
want to mention.
That was a really cool segue, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I do want to mention that you can. They've got an online edition now.
Yeah.
OkieComics.com. You can check that out and check it out. People.
Oh, and
Ooh, we're on that.
New World.
Oh.
Yeah. You can see the ads for both
what's
of our
this?
shows.
New World Comics and Nerds 2 Men.
Yeah. What is that? But yeah, that's so cool. But online, so
Yeah.
yeah. But also, you
But
can
yeah.
pick up the physical version and get like all of the stories.
Right. Yeah. So I thought that, yes, we needed the good segue into that. But yeah, if you all have a chance, support your local writers and artists. They do a phenomenal job.
Especially Jerry Bennett. Look at this. Look at this. This is dope.
Mine is
It's amazing.
doper.
Whatever.
Cameo is like my brother, and like if he gets something, I have to have it too. But I think it's the same way for him too.
It is.
All right, tell us what else you got.
So next off, something that came out a couple weeks ago. They are giving the definitive backstory to Carol Danvers in the life of Captain Marvel. So this goes back to her as a little girl and the things that influenced her and the trials and tribulations and what kind of shaped her into being the hero that she is. Mm-hmm. And she has a stupid, crazy backstory. Like it's at one point she gets impregnated by some dude who abducts her, and then she gives birth to him. And then he was like, "Hey, Avengers, we're just going to go." And the Avengers were like, "Okay, well, that's weird. Well, you all have fun." And then she, gets her powers taken away by Rogue. And then she gets weird, star powers and joins the Starjammers and X-Men.
Okay.
And it's just nuts. And finally, Marvel's like, you know what? We've had enough of this.
Yeah.
Let's just, wipe the slate clean, and we're going to give you the definitive Captain Marvel origin. And it's great.
Nice.
And so this one's a brand new one?
Yeah, well, this one came out a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
But issue 2 is coming out, I think, next week.
Okay.
But, for those that want to get in on Captain Marvel and learn about her before the movie comes out, this is the way to do it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a great idea. Because when is the movie coming out? It's not this year, right?
No, it's next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's coming out right before Infinity War.
Oh, okay.
So,
What's the next Marvel movie? Do we know?
I think it's Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Black Panther's 2020.
Yeah.
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 So,
Man.
They're all off getting their other movie deals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This winter is a little bit with the X-Men movie getting pushed out and maybe not made at all or whatever. But we still have the Aquaman and we still have Venom.
Oh, wait.
Well,
yeah, Venom.
And we have the Spider-Man cartoon movie.
That one I'm looking
which
forward to.
It looks
Into the
so
Universe?
good. Yeah. Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, just real quick before we get to this next one, which is huge.
Yeah.
Did anybody see Teen Titans go to the movies?
Yes.
No.
Just a real quick thumbs up, thumb down.
Thumbs up and a half.
Okay.
Like the first half was great. The second half happened.
All right.
Yeah, my wife said it was pretty cute.
They kind of ran out of jokes, so if you weren't following all the jokes, if you're just sitting back, watching the thing, you might not notice that the humor just kind of dwindled, but they got to a point and they were like, "Oh, we've got 45 minutes to wrap this up. Let's hit these points."
I didn't have time to go see it, but I never watched the cartoon anyway.
You don't have to.
Oh, okay.
It for those who are like, "Oh, I hate Teen Titans Go. I love the others." There are some things in there for you.
Okay. Is there? Well, is it spoilerish to talk about? Wasn't there a scene afterward?
That may or may not be what I'm talking about right now.
Oh, okay.
For the fans,
let's wait till we can discuss that one a little later.
Yeah.
But I heard that it might be good for the people.
Yeah, well, and if you love DC anything, there's something for you.
Awesome.
There are little cameos throughout the thing.
Hey.
Little cameos.
Yeah, they're tiny bald children.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. So our next Bucks pick is years in the making, right?
Yeah. So this one, I mean, it's almost been overhyped just from everyone talking "Oh my god, this is going to be what kickstart comics to being good again." This next comic is a very good comic. I read it earlier. I loved it. It gave me all the emotions that it should. But some people I think are going to be let down by it just because it doesn't deliver everything someone would expect. This is going to be one of those slow burn comics. But yeah, the Fantastic Four are back.
Yeah.
And they haven't been
Today?
I mean,
Tomorrow?
yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Since we've announced today being the August 7th.
Oh,
tomorrow, August 8th.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's here, but nobody could get it till tomorrow.
Right.
Basically. Yeah.
We get these shipped to us to pull and
Sure.
get ready for distribution tomorrow.
Okay.
And I took advantage of being head honcho and read it myself.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's the
So
that's
I
why
can
you
tell
go
everyone
get your
about-
own
yeah.
shop.
Yeah, but so I can promote this book.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So Fantastic Four #1 kind of brings you up to speed on what's been going on in their lives in the Marvel Universe. Because the last time that anyone saw Reed and Sue and the kids and all them was at the end of Secret Wars, which was like 2015, I think.
Yeah.
2014, 2015. All the years run together after
Right.
a while. But
Right.
yeah.
Because if nobody, read the Secret Wars, Sue, Reed, and the kids stayed back to rebuild the universe,
multiverse,
the multiverse. And you said that that it doesn't really touch on that.
It touches on that,
Okay.
but I mean, I guess it's kind of spoiler to say, but
Okay, don't say it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big, but yeah. You get to see where everyone's at,
Okay,
and it's you have some really nice moments where you understand. Yes, they definitely are a family, and it doesn't just scream that at you. It's shown, and I think that's just such wonderful storytelling.
Fantastic Four. Would you say they're your favorite? I mean, we've talked about it before, but are they your go-to?
Oh man, yeah.
So what really, especially as a guy who is surrounded by billions of books here, how many books do you think you have in the store?
The stock answer used to be 500,000, but I'd probably say 1 million books easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So out of the million that you have,
Yeah.
why is it Fantastic Four?
So some of that's just personal preference and childhood nostalgia creeping in. But to me, they are different from just about every other comic series, as that they don't look out to be superheroes. They're scientists and adventurers first.
Right. Yes.
I mean, except for Johnny, who's out to be famous.
right.
And it's the family that is family first, and then all of these things happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we've talked about that a little bit. Was Fantastic Four like your first love, or?
I mean, you could argue that Batman was my first love, because I went and saw the movie and I got a 3-pack of Batman comics and loved the idea of comics. But my first comic, from buying a comic and continuing to buy comics to this day, was Fantastic Four.
Right.
And there are times that I have, oh man, that's my favorite comic now. That's my favorite comic now. But it always comes back to Fantastic Four. And my first major purchase in my life was Fantastic Four #1.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it here on my 16th birthday.
Wow.
Came up and
You still got it?
Well, fun story. How much time do we have?
Go ahead.
All right, so fun story about that. I bought it and had it, and then I made it my goal to complete my Fantastic Four collection before my 21st birthday. Because, I had worked here and noticed that after about 21, no one really has, teenager money anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Like, real things have to get paid for.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, all right, so that is my time to spend dumb money.
Right.
Let's do that. So I did it. I got all the issues, and then there was this girl that I started dating the week that I took over the store.
Oh.
And time kind of went long enough that it was time to marry her.
Oh.
And we had kind of hit some rough times here at the store, and there was a customer that he was going through cancer at the time, and he
Over here touching me.
I dropped a pin on you. Go ahead, Buck. Ruin the show, because
he was going through cancer, and when he was going through it, everyone kept doing the, oh well, I'll pray for you, and would talk to him like he was dying,
Right.
or may as well have been dead. And they just get really weird with him. But he'd come in here, and I'd just treat him like folks. Like he was my good friend going through cancer, and I'd make fun of his cancer and play with him and just be friends with him. And he'd expressed interest in the past in finding a Fantastic Four 1. And, like I said, it kind of hit tough times a little around the store. Nothing that I couldn't eke through, but, like selling off a Fantastic Four definitely would have paid for the ring and so much more.
Yeah.
So I sold it off to him. And, I was sad to see it go, but, he is honestly one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Right.
And I was so happy that it was him that got my prized possession.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So the wedding time came, and because I have so many friends and my wife has so much family, we decided to do a what's the weddings where you oh my god. I'm blanking. The destination wedding.
Oh,
okay,
sure.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, the destination wedding. And I was allotted so many people, and my wife was allotted so many people that we could send. And I invited like my immediate family, and then these two groups of customers that are my family. Like, I love them. They are,
Right.
like, if anything happened to any of them, I would step in and try to do my best to help that family out. Like, they're such amazing people.
Sure.
And my wife didn't quite understand at the time because she was just then kind of coming and hanging around. And then, like, all of her people were, like, her actual family.
Yeah.
And at the wedding, Brad came and... different Brad.
Right.
Brad,
Yeah,
I was like,
I didn't get the invite.
No. Yeah, Brad Cage came along and stole the microphone in the middle of it, and he says, "Everyone, Buck has been a dear friend to me. He helped me get through cancer, and I felt that this was only appropriate." So he hands me this giant wrapped thing, and I was like, "Oh, it's some." Dumb picture of the two of us together. Because, like, I tried to make sure that I don't have any serious pictures.
Yeah.
When I die, people are going to have a hard time. Like, it'll be my driver's
Yeah.
license.
I've seen your pictures.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
hilarious.
if there's a serious picture, then it needs to get deleted now. But so I thought it was like, oh, it's going to be a real fun picture of us, or and I unwrapped it, and it's my Fantastic Four 1.
Oh,
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
I cried so hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was not a dry eye in the house. Yeah. It's honestly one of like the biggest moments of my life. Just that reciprocation and seeing, how much I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was just that and all over the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. And what I also think is wonderful about this story is you didn't have to pick between your wife and the Fantastic Four.
So,
Yeah.
fun story about that.
Do you want to my girlfriend or my Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Which one?
No, fun story. My wife knew that this was going to happen. And
Sneaky devil.
because we were planning the wedding, like all the money that like any extra money that I had was going to the wedding. So the shop was we were doing well, but like any extra money had to go for that. And then she was like, "Oh man, we need to pay for this." And I had just bought the first appearance of Iron Man.
Oh.
And I was like, "Here's my new prized possession." She was like, "I'm going to need you to sell that." I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
So I sold it. And then we went to the wedding. And I loved it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, this was never like, oh, I'll hold this against her for it was just like, she is absolutely more important than anything that I own.
Yeah. And she's a great person.
She's
that's
amazing.
really
Yeah.
But I'm kind of upset here that what did she sell of hers? I mean, Buck had to sell everything. But it's worth it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't have to sell everything, But, yeah. This was one of those like
what
oh,
next?
man,
My kidney?
Yeah.
Thanks.
So yeah,
That's kidney number 1.
yeah. But no, like I've said it before, and I mean it every time. My wife is a magical creature, and I do not deserve her at all. Like, yeah,
Right.
So she's definitely worth selling a Fantastic Four #1 for.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this coming back to me it just means so much more than your average comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess, of course you want everybody to buy it, cause it's a great comic book and we want more of them.
Right.
But,
And he did say it brought a tear to his eye.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man, there's a moment in there that's just the how wonderfully perfect.
right. Cause earlier you said it might be a little overhyped, but you're also saying it's still a great comic book.
Right. It really is. It's such a well told story, but for those that are like, finally we get to see the Fantastic Four back in action doing all their action things. It's that
Just know what,
hold
don't.
on.
Yeah.
We have to see where they're at first so we can see where they're going.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that was, what was the name of this news? What are we calling it now?
Buck,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Buck, yeah. All right. Well, that is the episode of Nerds to Men. Jerry Bennett, thank you so
Yes,
much
thank you
for
so
our
much.
Lando.
What a wonderful jerk.
Yeah. Our Donald Glover, Lando. These are awesome.
Well, see, the funny thing is about this was at New World Comic Con, when I was buying my photos from him, I asked him, I was like, hey, by any chance, do you have a printout
Yeah.
of it?
I did too.
Well, no, but I asked him just so I could mess with you.
Oh,
So,
you were playing the long game here.
man, I was.
Dang.
Yes.
Dang. I didn't
Yes.
know it was. You're sneaky, Cameo. I just thought of on the fly to cheat you on that thing, but.
Wow.
Well, I didn't want to have a segment where, like, nobody knew the answers.
Well, I could tell you, Buck would have known it regardless.
Yeah.
So honestly, going through, like, there were two of them that I didn't know.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So,
And I didn't really tell him the answers. I just kind of put them in the,
Oh,
I
yeah.
pushed them in that direction.
oh,
So.
okay.
Next nerd trivia will all be on the up and up. Okay.
Okay.
Now
All
that
right.
we know
That
where
Buck
we
knows
stand.
everything.
Yeah.
I'm still going to
Yeah.
lose regardless. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you also to our friends at Paint and Cheers. Reserve your seats now. PaintandCheers.com. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anytime that's good for you. Everyone is welcome. Date night, ladies night, big groups, large groups. It's the they're just you're gonna go out there, paint something you'll be proud of,
Paint something, drink something.
drink something, have a little drink, and you're gonna have as much fun as humanly possible. And that's really about it for Buck Berlin Cameo. I'm Brad Reed. We'll see you next week on Nerds to Men.
Always stay nerdy.